Hey, what's going on? This is Andre Sweeney, the Life Specialist. Welcome to the Get a Life Show, the show that gives you the tools and principles necessary for an outstanding life. Today's segment is called Marriage for Life, and today's topic is communication. Communication is at the top, at the foremost part of what is most important in a marriage. Communication is the lubricant to a healthy marriage. If you want a divorce, don't communicate. If you want to mess up in your marriage, clam up and don't say anything. If you want to ruin your life as a couple, then sit there and try to dominate the conversation without listening. You have to communicate with your husband. You must communicate with your wife if you are destined to have a successful marriage. And so today we want to talk about some elements of communication. Now the first part and the most important part, and the part that we like the least, is listening. Everybody has something to say. Everybody want to get their point across. Everybody want to prove that they're right. Everybody want to tell the other person off. Everybody wants to set the tone for a conversation. But the most important element to communication is listening. Not just hearing what the person says, and while they're talking, you are already trying to formulate your comeback. No, a good listener takes in and processes what the person is saying. You hear where they're coming from, you hear their heart, you get a good understanding, and then when it's your turn, then you present your side. Then you give feedback based on the intake that you got from when they were talking. Okay? A listener doesn't shut the person down, and then as soon as they stop, you start. That's not a good listener. If you're a good listener, you already heard what they've said. You have already heard what they're not saying. Because your heart in a marriage is to get understanding, not to necessarily be right. There's a big difference. You want to understand where your mate is coming from. Maybe, just maybe, you're right about the subject that they're talking about. But maybe your spouse has a valid reason for why they feel the way they feel. They may be wrong, but maybe their perception is valid. If you're able to listen to what they're saying, then maybe you can solve a lot of heartache before you even get started. You must listen. And then you must not be the type of person that sits back and says, forget it. It doesn't matter what I say. You're just going to say this. No, you have to open up your mouth and tell the person that you're married to how you feel. You cannot assume that that person knows simply because of the experience and the years together. You cannot assume that your mate is a mind reader. You have to speak. A lot of men are guilty of clamming up. A lot of men are guilty of keeping their emotions on the inside. I'm not like that, but a lot of men are. Whether it's you, men, or the women, it doesn't matter. You have to open up your mouth and tell the person that you have committed to for the rest of your life how you feel. You have to lay your cards on the table. You can't keep it in. You can't hold back because of what they might say or how they might feel. Throw your cards on the table and let it be known how you feel. Because in the end, you're accountable for what you feel in your own heart. So you got to be a good listener first, and then you have to be an effective talker. You have to know when to talk. There are certain times you need to shut your mouth. Everything doesn't need to be said at that time. I just told you to tell people how you feel. I didn't tell you to always say it at the wrong time. Many times we tell our mate stuff and it's the wrong time. Yes, tell them. But where you tell them, when you tell them, and how you tell them is just as effective. If a man comes home from a long day of work, don't just bombard him when he comes through the door. Wait till a suitable time. If your wife says, hey, I don't feel like talking, don't just demand that she spills the beans because you're the man. Wait till a time when she calms down. There's a way to do everything. It's not always what you do, it's how you do what you do. This is Andre Sweeney, the Life Specialist, and I'm here to help you get a life.